This love tale starts with a girl named Tessa on her first day at a new college far from home. Her mom and boyfriend drop her off at the dorm where she meets her outgoing, chatty roommates Steph and Tristan. Tessa's mom smells weed and starts to leave, but Tessa assures her not to overreact, promising she can be trusted. Her proud mom wishes her well before departing, along with Tessa's boyfriend after a cute farewell kiss. Back in her room, Steph asks if Tessa freaked her mom out and mistakes her boyfriend for her brother, but Tessa corrects her. The next morning, Tessa excitedly heads to class and meets Landon, an English major unlike her economics focus, buzzing with enthusiasm. Returning to the dorm after a shower, she's startled to find a calm guy reading, who tells her not to stress as he's not looking. Steph arrives confirming it's her friend. She invites Tessa to a party but the guy doubts she'll join. Before leaving, he spoils the ending of the book Tessa's reading, The Great Gatsby. Another day in the library, she awkwardly runs into the same guy, exchanging glances. Later Steph pesters Tessa to attend a party that night. Initially hesitant, Tessa decides to change it up. She picks out a formal dress, deemed too much by Steph's standards. At the raging party, Tessa gets introduced around as they urge her to drink. She eventually takes a shot, after which a girl rudely insults her. Playing truth or dare, Tessa opts for a dare over revealing her craziest romantic spot. A frat guy propositions her crassly before she bails on the game. Calling her boyfriend, he chastises her drinking so she hangs up. Wandering into an empty storage room full of books, the frat guy reappears asking her aim. Worried he's drunk, he assures her he's sober like her. Grabbing her hand, he reveals it's his room and asks if their dare is still on, nearly kissing before Tessa leaves saying she can't. Returning to her room, texts from her boyfriend Noah come in. The next day in class, she sits with Landon as the frat guy, a new student named Hardin Scott, arrives. Discussing a romance book, Hardin argues love is just a transaction, attracting ideal mates, whereas Tessa disagrees, praising how the heroine rejected poor treatment. After their heated debate, Hardin tells Tessa she was exciting before leaving. She vents to Landon about Hardin's arrogance, only to learn he's Landon's soon-to-be stepbrother and they can barely tolerate each other. That night as Steph gets inked, she prods Tessa to get a tattoo too. Tessa reveals Noah is her only boyfriend and her mom expects they'll marry someday. Before bed, Tessa averts her eyes from Steph's lesbian tryst. The next day over coffee, Hardin approaches hoping to befriend her since Steph is their mutual friend, though Tessa wants distance. But she agrees to let him show her a secret place. Miles away by car, it's a lush, Youngly area with a big lake that's Hardin's favorite spot. He skinny dips imploring Tessa to join, lending her his shirt to change discreetly. Settling in the water, she asks who he loves most and he smugly answers himself. He learns her high school boyfriend adores her, then has her hold her breath underwater in shared silence. Hardin gazes at Tessa like a forbidden jewel he stumbled upon. She questions his befriending aim, but they start passionately kissing instead. He again averts his eyes for her to change, but Tessa comes onto him and they get intimate, her breathing quickening with every rapturous touch. Later at a bar, Tessa asks about Hardin's past but he dodges. She wonders why he doesn't believe in love per his class remarks, but he says not to take him literally, making her laugh. Steph and Hardin's friend join them, and his demeanor shifts. He confesses to Tessa it was just fun and he doesn't date, leaving her crestfallen though she meant to tell Noah. Back in her dorm, Tessa wakes realizing it was a dream, but finds Noah arrived with flowers, shocking her. That night at a party, Steph's crew plays Suck and Blow. When it's Tessa's turn she abstains, agitating a protective Noah until Hardin intervenes, leading to a scuffle before storming off. Later at night, Tessa was viewing a flick with Noah, but was anxious about something. During the night, she receives a call from Landon and goes to meet her. She discovers that Hardin and Landon had an argument, and he mentioned her name too, so she might be able to assist him. She gets to know that he is troubled about his father getting hitched to Landon's mother while her mom resides in a shabby place back in London. He shatters the glass, and Tessa gets wounded trying to pick it up. He takes her to his room and apologizes for how he treated her earlier. Hardin clarifies that he is a mess, to which Tessa also considers herself a mess. Witnessing this, they both start to have little romantic moments. One thing leads to another, and she ends up sleeping over in his room the entire night. She walks up to Noah, who is genuinely concerned about her. Right after he spots Hardin standing there and grasps what's really happening, he departs the spot. Right after, she strolls back to her dorm devastated while being noticed by Molly. Tessa feels like she lost a best pal. What she was experiencing couldn't be portrayed in simple words. She was extremely sorrowful throughout her classes and trying to converse with Noah. One day she sees Hardin outside, and they decide to chat. He didn't expect to run into her. She begins to talk about how her dad left when she was only 10. Her mom couldn't handle the hurt. When she needed care, Noah was there for support. Noah was more than just a friend. She confesses. One day, Hardin convinces Tessa to stay after the library closes. He reads while she sits on his lap. Security catches them and gives chase. They laugh as they run off. It's a moment they'll always remember. Their friends are starting to notice their relationship. Hardin doesn't even wait for her class to end. He comes in and tells her she's beautiful. One day, Tessa caught Hardin scribbling in his notebook. She was curious to take a look, but he playfully teased her, as usual. Before long, they began sharing romantic moments. Suddenly, Tessa's mother barged in and caught them in a compromising position, which made her furious. She blamed Tessa and feared she'd mess up her life over a boy. Tessa stood up for herself, insisting on living life her own way, not how her mother wanted. This upset her mother even more. Before storming off, she warned Tessa about potential heartbreak and being cut off. Later, Tessa confided in Landon, who cautioned her about Hardin's complexities and advised her to be cautious. Hardin brings Tessa to a place owned by a friend of his dad's who's currently in Italy. He suggests they live there together. Tessa's mom's harshness pushes them to make this move. They settle in and begin a happy relationship, spending most of their time together, laughing, and savoring the little things. They explore various places together. Hardin still can't believe Tessa is his, feeling unworthy, while she remains steadfast in her love. They attend Hardin and Landon's parents' wedding, meeting Karen and her husband. Meeting Tessa pleases them. Seeing his dad with another woman deeply upsets Hardin, but Tessa tries to soothe him. Hardin's dad gives a speech, praising him but acknowledging he's not the same person he once was. He recounts a pub incident where his actions led to harm for his real mom. Despite this heavy talk, they share a tender dance and then retreat to a room for a romantic moment. One day, Tessa noticed Molly giving her jealous looks, which later turned into probing questions about her boyfriend, Hardin. Tessa kept things vague, not wanting to spill too much. But then, Molly sent a suspicious text from Hardin's phone, making Tessa uneasy. When she confronted him, he urged her to trust him, insisting there was nothing shady going on. Anxious, Tessa wanted Hardin to call, but instead, a friend suggested meeting up at Videodrome to chat about him. On the way, she bumped into Jade, who hinted that Hardin might be at Blind Bob's. There, She found Steph and company, and spilled the beans about her off-campus living arrangement with Hardin. Molly hinted at something fishy but didn't spill the whole truth. She showed Tessa a video from a truth or dare game, where Hardin had been dared to make Tessa fall for him and then ditch her. Tessa was devastated, feeling utterly betrayed. Hardin denied it all, insisting his feelings were genuine. Feeling utterly alone, Tessa returned home, where she sought solace in her mother's embrace. Though she didn't spill the whole story, she apologized and expressed her love. Later, she met Noah, explaining she never meant to hurt him, and they shared a laugh. Back at university, Tessa decided to switch her major from economics to English and began penning an email. Meanwhile, Hardin couldn't shake off the pain of their separation, shedding tears over the memories they shared. Soon, Tessa received an interview offer for her internship at Vance Publishing. During class, her teacher handed her an envelope from Hardin, explaining it was more for her than for her teacher. Inside, she found sketches of herself and a heartfelt letter from Hardin, admitting he used to believe love was just fiction until he found her. He begged for forgiveness, declaring his love for her and ending the movie. Turn on alerts, like, and subscribe for more videos similar to this one. Thank you for watching.